We're not known out in this area for our winds. I mean, it's not like it's the Dakotas or something, but every once in a while we have a windy day like this, and it's always coming from that direction. That's called prevailing wind. And when you have like a canyon like this, it kicks up, and that's what it does. So it's going to be probably even hard for you to hear me through the wind as it gusts. But the reason we want to shoot this on this day is a while back, my kids were out in the woods hunting, and they found this. And it looked like a piece of garbage that they were going to pick up and put where it belonged. And then they started looking at it. They didn't actually find the bag. What they found, the bag was inside of it. They found this thing. And you can see what it looks like. And it's these long strings, and it's this box. And the box said that this was a harmless weather instrument. And as they read the instructions on it, they had to open it up and pull this self-mailing bag out to mail it back to the National Weather Service. And this is one of those instruments that had a big balloon on it at one time that they let go. And it was to do its scientific experiments on the prevailing winds. And we saw on the information it provided that it was released from Massachusetts. So you think, wow, it went from Massachusetts to Washington State. Well, if you don't know about prevailing winds, you think, oh, it went across the United States. And then you start thinking about it, and it's like, no, it probably went across the Atlantic and then across Europe. Maybe it dipped down even before it hit Asia, came across the Pacific, and then it landed here in little old 9 Mile Falls, Washington. So we're going to pack this up soon and put it in the mail and send it back to Massachusetts, or back to Kansas City, Missouri, and they can get all the information out of it they want. But we already have the information we need for this video. Jesus said in Luke, and it's recorded in the 12th chapter of Luke, he said to the crowds, when you see a cloud rising in the west, immediately you say, it's going to rain, and it does. When the south wind blows, you say, it's going to be hot, and it is. Hypocrites! You know how to interpret the appearances of the earth and the sky. How is it that you don't know how to interpret this present time? Why don't you judge for yourselves what is right? As you're going with your adversary to the magistrate, try hard to be reconciled to him on the way, or he may drag you off to the judge, and the judge turn you over to the officer, and the officer throw you into prison. I tell you, you will not get out until you have paid the last penny. Is this a difficult teaching? It shouldn't be. We understand prevailing winds, and we know how far something can be carried because of the winds. Anyone who denies that this country of America is in trouble is wanting to pretend that everything's great. So we can make up a Jesus that is the power of positive thinking, and we can pretend that all things are great. And we can accept the unacceptable, tolerate the intolerable, and keep pretending our way all the way to hell and back, perhaps. Or else we can listen to the one who warns us that we're being hypocrites, that we need to equip people with the word and the true gospel enough so that we don't have to go to the magistrates and the courts and the judges and sue each other. We need to learn what it means to be sinners in need of reconciliation, and first to be reconciled to our neighbors and to understand that gift of forgiveness. The prevailing winds will pick up, and they will kick up across this nation, and they will, like even in the times of Jesus, bring all kinds of destructive messages. Even the whispers of the religious leaders, as they whisper, this one needs to be crucified. We shall not listen to them. In the days ahead, I'm going to shoot a whole series of videos down there on the lakeshore as we go back to the basics of the faith, as Jesus tells us that we, among ourselves, we know how this world works, what the winds carry. We need to listen to him. Let the word of God be carried in the prevailing winds. Let us engage as neighbors, as those in need of forgiveness and reconciliation, and let us listen to just the one, to the real Jesus.